Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. One of the requests which has come to me from, I think maybe from the Instagram viewers, is that I should keep my videos slightly more crisp, maybe shorter, and lessen the duration. And some of my YouTuber viewers also maybe are getting used to the Instagram short and sweet approach. So I'll try and see, because my approach always has been to try and give as much information as possible to the topic. I don't want to make it too far-fetched, because then I divide it into 2 or 3 different installments, so that over a period of time I can give you richer and richer, deeper and deeper information related to the topic. So today's topic also, I'll try and keep it short and sweet as much as possible. However, I'll try and give you the most important perspective of that video, and that is today's topic is about the Dhara Karaka, or the planet with the lowest degrees in your horoscope. Now, people think that the Karakas have come from Gemini astrology. Actually, Parashar has mentioned the Karakas very extensively in his book, the Parashara Hora Shastra, as well. And he has talked in depth about the Karakas, and he has mentioned the different Karakas also. So, because Parashara has himself lent so much importance to the Karakas, and hence it's important when you look at results in your horoscope, you also see the Karakas. Say for example, when I'm talking about, while on the topic of DARAKARAKA, because the DARAKARAKA means the planet with the lowest degrees, and according to both the Gemini approach and Parashara, the DARAKARAKA represents the spouse or your better half in life. And because we are talking about the Dhara Karaka, so let me give you a perspective of the 7th house as well, because we look at 7th house as the house of conjugal bliss, marital happiness, apart from business, connections, contracts, all sorts of business dealings and connections that we have with others. But yeah, the Dhara Karaka is not others as well, like the 7th house represents. It is specifically connected to the better half of the spouse, and here it is about a long-term relationship. It is not those short-term dating kind of relationships where you're in and out, 6-7 months to a year, 2 years, 3 years when you're out. This is a long-term committed relationship you're talking about, and this is a very karmic relationship. So sometimes it could be that you are in and out of a relationship, even a married relationship, or you may have even lost a spouse, due to unforeseen circumstances, unfortunate circumstances, and then you get into another relationship which is more long term. So the Dhara Karaka represents more of a long term committed relationship that you get into, because this is a very karmic relationship, because this is not many other manifestations together like the 7th house represents, but it is specifically about the spouse. Now the Dhara Karaka may also be ruling different houses in the horoscope. Though the planet is of the lowest degrees, it may be ruling the 10th house, it may be ruling the 5th house, it may be ruling the 6th house, and then it may have gone into different houses. So then how does it manifest in the horoscope will also depend how the 7th house energies and the Dharakara energies are talking to each other, or in some way getting related, if not in the D1, in the D9, in the Navmanch, and some relationship they should be able to establish. Then it makes a stronger manifestation what the Dhara Karaka means. The Dhara Karaka is a karmic relationship. It also means a carry forward of the karmic thread with which two people are joined together. So it is not easy to shake it off. And because there is karma involved here, you have to pay the karmic debt. You need to pay off the karmic baggage. Either ways, either you are, see, when you are in a relationship or in any business connection also, there is always give and take. There is never only a give. You get certain things from the other side and you give certain things. So even especially in a spouse relationship, there are certain animosities on one side and there are certain animosities on the other side also. So some good things one is done to the other, certain good things the other is also done to that person. And similarly, there are grievances also. So there is always a give and take. So when the Dhara Karaka is involved, the karmic baggage is on both the sides, and both the sides have to pay it. It's not one side. However, it's a very, very karmic relationship, and we need to see that in that light. So let's jump into understanding the placement of Dhara Karaka in different houses and what it means, what dissemination it brings to us. So let's start with the first house. When the Dhara Karaka is placed in the first house, here it means that this person is very strongly getting connected at a karmic level to your own existence, and hence a lot of the areas in your life will be connected directly or indirectly to your relationship with the Dhara Karaka, which means how you carry yourself, your status in society, how people see you, your personality, all is getting connected to your relationship with the Dhara Karaka, and how much at a karmic level you have a give and take relationship, which means you should be able to or be ready to give equal importance to the spouse, to the better half, involve the spouse in most of the areas of your life, because it is in the Lagna, which means in most areas of your life, in some way or the other, either the spouse or your Dhara Karaka will be involved, the better half will be involved, or you need to keep your better half posted. There are no secrets here. Everything is exposed to the better half. You involve this better half in various things, and the better you treat your better half, the more you involve your better half in various areas of your life, you do that much more better. And the more happy your Dhara Karaka is with you, him or her, the more status in life you get, the more designation life you get, the more you prosper and you do well. The Dhara Karaka or your better half will also have a strong bearing on your thinking capacity, how you think, and will also be able to influence you in that manner. And hence, one should be careful but be open-minded also to also listen and also give in sometimes to the wishes of the Dhara Karaka, because it will only give you better gains because of this having a very, very strong karmic thread with which you both are joined. If the Dhara Karaka is in the second house, again the Dhara Karaka being very, very karmic relationship, but it could rule any house and then be placed in the second house, which means how you treat the spouse, how you treat the better half will also get you more gains. The better you treat your better half, your spouse, him or her, the better livelihood you will be able to get, the better earnings you will also be able to generate, and the more respect you may also get in your community, because the second house is also the house of your extended community, or the community that you're born in, the tribe that you're born in, the family that you're born in, your extended family. So the better you will also be treated, respected within the community, and also whichever house Lord is getting situated in the second house while being the Dhara Karaka, it means from that placement you get more earning, more livelihood if you treat your Dhara Karaka or your spouse, your better half well. If it's the 10th house Lord getting into the second house, then your career in some way getting connected to the second house through the Dhara Karaka, which means you may meet your better half at work, your better half may be in some way getting connected to your work or to the same line, or you may have friends who are in the same line through which you meet your Dhara Karaka or your spouse. So there will be some direct or indirect connection to your spouse through your career, through your work. And the other manifestation is also involve your Dhara Karaka in what's happening at work, being connected to work. So discuss with her or him what's happening at work, what challenges are, seek guidance, and you don't need to listen to everything him or her tell you, but keep an open mind, and then you will find that through that advice, through that suggestion, or through that lending in ear, you may be able to do better at work also. You also do better in your community. So overall, this is a very strong placement of good gains, good blessings, good prosperity, all coming through, connected to riches through earning, through saving. So it's a good placement. Treat the Dhara Karaka well here and you will only prosper. The Dhara Karaka in the third house is a lot of free will given to you, a lot of freedom given to you, which means that this is the placement where the better you communicate, the better you brand yourself, the better you market yourself or present yourself, that much better you will also be able to get that more reciprocity from your Dhara Karaka. Then the more you communicate, the more you open up, the Dhara Karaka, the spouse will also open up to you, will also be willing to listen to you and deal with you. And free will is given both sides, which means if you want to truly get more free will in your life, you want the zodiac to give you more freedom, to allow you more freedom to do what you want and to be successful in your self-enterprise. Sometimes we don't want to work under somebody, we want to do something of our own. So the more space you're giving your better half, the more space you're giving your Dhara Karaka, allowing him or her their freedom, that much more freedom the zodiac will also give you, that much more prosperity and success you may also get in your own endeavors. And here this is also about being very good at talking, being very open in communication, and trying to put a good present a good face in front of Dhara Karaka. So be well dressed, treat your spouse well, groom yourself well, and give a lot of freedom, give a lot of space, and try and involve, if you're doing something of your own, try and involve your Dhara Karaka, and together you will be able to get much more gains from this placement, a strong karmic placement. That is the Dhara Karaka in the third house. The Dhara Karaka in the fourth house is a very lucky placement. One reason being is the fourth house is the house of domestic life. However, the Dhara Karaka or the better half going here means that here the spouse gets a larger say or bigger say in the house more than you. It's not that you don't have a say, but the more you involve your Dhara Karaka or your spouse or your better half to take decisions in the house or about the house, the more the house prospers, the more the assets also develop. And you will find that when you give more freedom and you give more space, if you don't like your television to be in a certain corner, but your spouse or your better half insists, no, I want it here, whoever it is, him or her, and you allow that choice, you allow your spouse to be the queen of the house or the king of the house, and allow them the freedom, you will find that you will also attract better gains, prosperity, also more happiness and peace of mind also in the house. And because it gets connected to assets, involve your Dhara Karaka or your spouse in your assets. So when you're buying a property, involve in the decision making, give them more credence, whether even if you like a certain property but they like something else, you may think about it, you may argue, you may discuss that, but try and give a longer rope to your Dhara Karaka, to your better half, to your spouse, rather than inflict your will, and you will find that your assets will grow, there will be better peace, there will be more harmony, the household will also be good, you will also be happy. The Dhara Karaka in the fifth house is a karmic placement because here it is getting connected with your Sanchita Karma, and because it is the Dhara Karaka, it is not the seventh house Lord going into the fifth house, it is the Dhara Karaka. This is specifically about the spouse and the planet with the lowest degrees. However, that planet could be the ruler of any house, it could be the ruler of the 11th house, 12th house, 5th house, or whatever. So in the fifth house when it goes, it shows that you are allowed to shed your Sanchita Karma, a lot of your Sanchita Karma, because of how you treat your better half and how much love and affection you bring in. So this is the placement that you need to keep the romance active in the marriage, however old you are. Hold hands, be nice, go on date nights, give special time to your spouse, keep some time aside for your spouse, apart from children, apart from whatever you are working on, and that will bring in gains, and that will also shed your Sanchita Karma. And because this is a very karmic thread, you are tied to each other with the karmic thread, the fifth house gains will also come in, and this also gives you a good opportunity because of the good relationship that you have with the spouse to have good children also, and the children also doing in the long run, and also good investments made, because the fifth house is also the house of speculative investment. You will also see that your speculative investments will also do well over a period of time, but this is a more of a slow and steady wins the race, because the fifth house is the 8th house to the 10th house. So be a little careful how much you push your spouse. If at all you're getting into this tug of war relationship, try and keep this romance more active. Let the challenges and issues on the side, don't carry them for long. Forgive and forget as much as possible, and you will find that overall life will be more harmonious, there will be more romance, children will do good, your investments will do very well, your Sanchita Karma will be eradicated, and more gains will come into your life. A very good placement, strong placement of Dhara Karaka in the 5th house. The Dhara Karaka in the 6th house is getting connected to 2-3 things here. Dhara Karaka in any house can attract both negative and positive depending on what karmic baggage you are carrying, because the karmic thread is so strong. So the 6th house could mean that you need to treat the Dhara Karaka or the spouse, the better half, very well. Don't allow any type of animosity to bring in, because the more you allow that animosity, the more inimical the relationship becomes, the more vitriolic the relationship becomes, the more poisonous the relationship becomes, and the challenge goes on. It becomes a chronic challenge. And because the 6th house is the 12th house to the 7th house, then it becomes a most severe challenge also over a period of time. Here the Dhara Karaka may also, if you treat the spouse very well, if you treat the better half very well, the longer the committed relationship goes on, the better you will find your service doing very well. It attracts gains in your service, it attracts gains to you, and you seem to be doing better than your competition and over your competitors. You score over your competitors. People who are working behind your back may not be able to spoil your chances. You may be doing good in competitive exams also, and you will usually find that you will grow faster than the colleagues around you because of you treating the Dhara Karaka, the spouse, very well. If you have a challenge with your spouse, you will find that the karmic baggage takes over. It is also the Bhrigu bhav, and so then you will attract negativity. The service will not do very well. More negativity will come into, more chronic challenges with competition, with health may also come in. Your spouse may also not keep great health here. There may be niggling challenges here also, and so the better the relationship is, you will find that both of you will keep good health also, because it's a very, very strong karmic connection which you have with your spouse. So treat your spouse very well. Service does very well, you score over competition, health of both of them is also under control, is good, and the relationship becomes a long-term committed relationship rather than unnecessary challenges, unnecessary people coming in between you, ending up into a fracture in the relationship. So keep that in mind and preserve the relationship, and both of you will do very well. The Dhara Karaka in the 7th house is a very, very strong placement, because here the Dhara Karaka is getting into the 7th house of marital relationship, of conjugal happiness. So the better you treat your spouse here, you will find that you get gains of both the karmic baggage also being shed, you doing well in your life also, and here your dealings with others also become better and better. You become better at dealing with others, because the 7th house is also of everybody else who you deal on a day-to-day basis, who you get connected on a day-to-day basis. So the better you treat the better half, the better you get to be able to deal with others. You get better support from others, you get better responses from others, and overall you do well. This is an excellent placement of doing business and involving your spouse in your business, if you're doing business, or in your investments, or if you're making investments in some speculative investments. So it's much better to involve your spouse and do the business in his or her name, or keep at least some percentage in their name. If at all, if possible, maybe even give them a small role in some official capacity in the business or in the work, and you will find that your business will also prosper well and will do very well. Give them some role even to deal with people, maybe customers or clients, even a small role, if not an active role, and if they are good at it, why not give them a more active role? This is a very, very good strong placement of dealing well with spouse, well with your Dhara Karaka, with your better half, and through that getting more gains, getting more responses, being able to deal better with people, and being able to get all gain, and get gains from all walks of life. And the intimacy can also be great here, because the Dhara Karaka specifically is about the spouse, and the relationship could be a very long-term committed happy relationship even at a conjugal level. So if it's your Dhara Karaka is in the 7th house, enjoy your life. It's a great connection. The Dhara Karaka in the 8th house is a strong karmic connection, directly getting connected to ups and downs, upheavals, obstacles also. But here it also means the better you treat the spouse, the better you control the 8th house. So the better your spouse is happy with you, the better the relationship is, because of the karmic thread being so strong. Then the karmic baggage is also shed, because the 8th house is also the house of moksha. So the karmic baggage is shed, the obstacles, the obstruction that may come in your life or to your spouse may also be reduced, and yet the in-laws also become beneficial to you over a period of time. So if you establish a good relationship with the spouse, and because of the spouse or because of your better half good relationships with the in-laws also, then they also become lucky for you. Gains also may come from them or from others. So to others' money you may also do very, very well. when you have Dhara which is in the 8th house. However, this also means that sudden challenges, some sudden problems may also come to your spouse every now and then, and sudden challenges means there is some firefighting mode also every now and then you get into. So if you are very strong with each other, if the bond is very strong, you love each other, you stand by each other, and don't allow small things to come between you and him or her, whoever your spouse is, you will find that the challenges of the 8th house are also kept at bay. More money will come on from sudden unexpected sources, and this is also a placement of very strong rise in life, very strong rise in life. So use that to better effect through better relationship with the Dharakaraka, involving him or her in your challenges. So when you go through challenges, involve him or her, talk to him or her on a regular basis, keep them involved, treat them very well, keep them happy, and keep the 8th house challenges away. The Dharakaraka in the 9th house is also very strong placement, because here it is the Prarabdha Karma. It is directly becoming connected to your Prarabdha Karma and to your fate and luck, which means the better you treat the Dharakaraka, you treat the your better half more, you treat the spouse better, then the doors of fate and luck also open to you. But this is also a very karmic placement, because this could mean that in some way your Dharakaraka was involved or connected to some learning in your previous innings, or even to your gurus. You may have even married the daughter of or the sister of your guru, or vice versa, or even married your guru, maybe, who knows, or you may have served the gurus very strongly. There may have been a lot of love and affection with the guru. So this could also mean that you get connected with your spouse through some teaching, training, learning, coaching, or getting connected to education, or meeting your Dharakaraka or your better half through education, or through at college, or connected to college, or connected to teaching or training or coaching, or even on journeys, or even getting connected to each other through some seniors in your life, or through gurus, masters, through some senior connection also you may get connected. But this is surely a very karmic connection of the more you deal better with your better half, more gains coming in, the doors of fate and luck opening for you. And if you treat your Dharakaraka, your spouse, well, your education also becomes more beneficial to you. Many times we do certain certifications, we do some qualifications, but every time those qualifications may not come to help us or come to aid us. But when you treat your spouse very well, your Dharakaraka very well, your better half very well, then your education qualification also improves in giving you more gains in your business, in your work, and more connections may also come through, more qualifications may also come through, more certifications may also come through. So good placement, treat your spouse very well, and keep the doors of fate and luck open for you, and then gain from it. The Dharakaraka in the 10th house is your karma itself. 10th house is the house of Kriyaman karma, which means most of your karma that you do, even if it connected to work, in some way is getting connected to your Dharakaraka or to your spouse. So you may meet your spouse at work, or connected to work, or in some way or the other your spouse may be related to work, or meet through colleagues or those people who you know. It could also mean that your spouse could be you meet her, and her family members, maybe somebody very close to her family may be connected to your line of work also. And here, the more you talk to your spouse, involve your spouse in what the challenges at work are, discuss about work related things. Don't come home and switch on the TV or talk about something else, etc. Want to forget everything about work. Involve, talk, discuss, and you will find that you will not only be able to relieve yourself and of the tension that you are carrying from work, but your spouse, just because she is giving you, or he, because he is giving you listening ear, you feel less tense also. But don't bring challenges home and make it a screaming, shouting, and say, I'm talking to you about my tensions, you better listen to me, and this is serious. Talk in a very casual manner, say this has happened, what do you think, and all, and then leave it at that. But do involve, do discuss, and you will find that your challenges at work will also be reduced. And the better you deal with your Dharakaraka, you better you treat her, you do very well at work. Your managers seem to observe your work, your supervisors seem to be able to observe your work, appreciate your work, and also then help you to grow also at work. So this is direct connection to your Kriyaman karma on a day-to-day basis. What you do with your spouse, that will instill what results you get on a day-to-day basis at work also. So karma is getting connected to your better half spouse. A good placement, use it to your advantage. The Dhara Karaka in the 11th house gives you a great placement for getting a lot of success at the society level, in a network, in the social network. Sometimes the spouse may also come from your social network, or you meet the spouse through friends or extended family, or at a party, or at a social event, or even at work, connected to work also. This may be, but this is also means that the better you have a relationship with your spouse, the better you are known in the society as well. And many times you may be known, or you may have friend circle, or the friend circle that you have, or your network that you have, may, because of your spouse, may also be rich and also be good. And sometimes, many times you seem to be hanging out more with your spouse's friends or his or her circle than your own. And the circle only increases. So don't see that my friends or your friends, see as our friends, and keep that connection strong. Because the more you treat the spouse better, you will find that in society also your gains increase, your acquaintances increase, your network circle also increases, and that helps you. If there is a challenge at work, you reach out to your network circle. You seem to be getting some opening somewhere. You are doing not so very well at business, you get connected to your social circle, which is a part of who you know through your spouse as well. You will find that they will also come to your help, they will also come to your aid. So doing better overall at a society level, in society, having a good circle, doing well. And this is also a placement where your wishes and desires come through because of your Dhara Karaka, or because of your spouse, and how you deal with them. If you treat them well, if they are happy, then your wishes and desires also come true. Sometimes our wishes and desires are very, very vague, and sometimes we feel that these may never come true. But keep the relationship strong, treat them very well, keep them close to you, involve them in your life, keep them as part of your wishes and desires, and see your wishes and desires come true to a large extent. The Dhara Karaka in the 12th house is a very, very spiritual connection. Here, the relationship is directly getting connected to moksha itself, which means the better you treat your Dhara Karaka, your spouse, your better half, the more you are increasing your chances towards a higher spiritual elevation itself, which means you keep the challenges, the waste and excess of the 12th house away. You don't treat the Dhara Karaka well, you don't treat the spouse, your better half well, the challenges of the 12th house you may also attract, because the 12th house is about waste and excess. However, you treat the better half very well, then this also becomes opening of a lot of spiritual doors. You will find that if you are very happy with your spouse, you treat the spouse very well, she or he is happy with you, you will also find a lot of connection with the other world. You may get vivid dreams, you may also get sudden blessings coming, some doors opening, especially doing very well connected to those people who you don't know, even from a different culture, even from different from across the seas, or connected to foreign clients, or even in MNCs or foreign companies, or in foreign countries also. You may do very well, but this is more about a spiritual connection rather than about foreign lands, or keeping the challenges and losses away. The challenges and losses will be kept away if you treat the spouse very well. However, spiritual elevation is a stronger connection. You will find that if you are involved with your spouse and you are both happy, you will visit spiritual places better. Both of you get connected to charity organization, to helping others, and you will find that you will find yourself more spiritual. You will find more peace at heart. You will also get good night's sleep, and then you will find that you will become more and more spiritual in your approach to life, to life's various events, to various relationships, and surely a very strong crack at moksha itself if the relationship is very strong. So very, very karmic placement, very, very spiritual placement. Use it to your advantage. So friend, this is the analysis of the Dhara Karaka in the 12 houses. You need to see which house ruler is becoming connected to which house as the Dhara Karaka, and what relationship it is establishing with the 7th house and the 9th house. And through an overall analysis, you can fathom more deeply, more stronger about the Dhara Karaka, and then reach a certain conclusion. However, see where your Dhara Karaka is making those connections, treat the Dhara Karaka very well, and you will find that you will gain more out of this placement rather than be at a loss. So friends, like this video, share this video, please follow me on Instagram at the same account, Assurance. And till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.